Where most of us just want to live good like Westerns.
Yep.
With democracy, with good life, freedom,
Liberty,
happiness, liberty, whatever.
Now that's the story we're telling.
We've just been spending a little bit of time with the pastor, an amazing man, an amazing story. Who are you and how did you two guys meet?
So I'm the head of the burn unit. I'm a plastic surgeon, specialized in plastic surgery. I'm the vice of the plastic surgery department in the Sheba Medical Center and the director of the burn unit. We are always in help to other countries and people. I've been this year in Caribbean. We went into Katarina to help from this department. We went to Indonesia with the tsunami, Congo, Cameroon, Kenya, Uganda, Philippines, Nepal, Peru, and some other places.
Pastor Umar Melende was attacked with acid in his face in order to silence his Christian voice in the predominantly Muslim nation of Uganda. Israel saved his life and is paying for all his medical care.
Yes. So this hospital in general has this matter, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Israel has this program which is called Tikkun Ulam, which means to repair the world, which is a benediction in Judaism.
It's going like this. You see, acid tricks. It first enters and then keeps the body out as if it's okay, yet it is it's damaging inside.
Wow.
So it makes the body come out like this, and it enters inside, and it's damaging inside. So outside, at the first 3 days, you can come and say, oh, nothing happened, yet something is happening very terrible.
Wow.
And we see the skin just peeling off.
What are your thoughts about the good doctor here?
I'm just appreciative. One, for the nation of Israel, for the Shiva Hospital, and for Dr. Haik and his team. They have become my brothers. They have been treating me as brothers. And
I'm Tom. A friend of his friend that helped me get in here. Okay. But in our story, we did an interview. He said you were very instrumental in helping get him, I believe, from India here. Okay. What happened?
Well, first of all, we knew about the story, what's going on, and we were very touched about all the problems he had. And then we start looking the pictures, and we get really upset in what's going on. So the management of the hospital moves very fast to try to bring him here and to help him.
again, I was fearful of my life, because if the terrorist has attacked you, they have networks. Okay? And in terms of security, I was not trusting some other countries. Somebody can inject you.
So I am concerned about his security. He has telling me a lot of what's going on there. And we Israelis, we know about security, and so we hope he will be able to protect his family, himself, and his church.
So you came here several times, and what was your impression of, obviously, the history, but the people, the Jewish people of Israel? Impression.
My first impression was, when you are outside Israel, you have a very bad picture of who a Jew is and what Israel is. There is a bad picture which the outside media gives towards against the Jews. I can say biased reporting. It reports Israel as a racist nation. It reports Israel as a country which can kill an Arab anytime they see an Arab. But when I came to Israel, I came through Egypt. But when I was entering Israel through Tabah, I found out that my guide is a Jew. my driver is an Arab. In Israel, yet I knew for sure right now the Jews built Gaza. But because of the force of the United Nations and America, they gave in Gaza. But there is no Jew right now who can go and sell tomatoes in Gaza. Is it possible? But an Arab can go everywhere in Israel. That touched my heart, and it changed the way I was thinking. And one day as I was walking, I found out that we went to East Jerusalem. There was a hotel where I was going to stay. And I was with my guide. And this guide is a Jew. The one is in authority. The government is theirs. But as we passed a group of young Arabs, they stoned us because we are walking with a Jew. And the Jew just laughed at them and said, leave them alone and go. They are stoning a Jew in his own country.
You saw that?
I saw that. So it touched my heart, and I continue to pray for Israel. Because however much they are showing peace, they are showing love, there is a challenge. And I remembered when I was a Muslim, they told us, وَلَا تَتَحِزُ يَهُدِيَّ وَنَصْرَانِيَّ أَوْلِيَاءَ. Never make a Jew or a Christian your friend.
Very powerful. We're going to show this to a lot of Jewish people in America. What's your challenge to Jewish people to support Israel?
The Jewish people, I am a former Muslim, have no doubt about that. I hated Israel even before knowing where it is found on a map. The challenge between the fight and the hatred against Israel is more so of a religious motivated thing than a political. You must know there are some people standing somewhere in the places of worship brainwashing people that the nation of Israel has no right to exist. When you give them Gaza, they will need East Jerusalem. You give them East Jerusalem, they will need Jerusalem. You give them Jerusalem, they will take Tel Aviv. You'll have no state. What I'm saying is that don't sell your land for peace. Stand and resist the evil. Stand with your nation. You must have a nation. I was a Muslim. I'm speaking the truth. The teaching of Islam does not see Israel on the map. They don't teach that there is a nation called Israel. So for every child who is coming up, he is working for the destruction of this nation. There are a few others who are not, but they are working for this destruction. So you give them a leg, they will take a waist, and you give them a waist, they will take a chest, and then they will take a head. Let's stand for the truth. If it is truth, stand for it, and the God of the Bible will defend your land.
Amen. Well, people don't know, but for example, here in this unit, 20% of our patients overall come from occupied territories. And no matter whether they are terrorists or suicide bombers or whatever. I used to be a general surgeon during the times of the Intifada. We were treating suicide bombers that kind of survived with the, let's say, victims. Bed inside, bedside, bed, like, and sometimes we had more army and policemen here to separate the families, because the families of the suicide bombers come, and also the families of, basically, of the victims. So it's a lot of trouble around it, but we don't see or discriminate in between people, race, color, or whatever. We treat everyone. So.
Did you get any negative press on it, or was it positive press? We weren't here for that whole event. So.
Usually we don't get positive things about Israel,
okay.
Unfortunately. But we brought all dogs from Gaza and the East Bank here to Sheba, like 4 years ago when we did courses on purpose to teach them and to treat burns, so we can speak also the same language when they transfer a patient. It's a pity, because I think that, you know, in such inhuman time in the world today overall, we still see, though we see ourselves as the attacked ones, you know, exactly, and not the ones that attack. That's the main, I think, controversial here, and I think it's a pity. You know, not here, not land anymore, because I think we gave more than twice our surface of country to Egypt to have peace. Mm-hmm. And we would have given even more, I think, just to have peace and quiet. We want to live like you live in Florida, mm-hmm, States, New York, New England, and so on. That's the only envy we have in the world when we go around, because that's the best place to live in. I can tell you that. I'm traveling a lot. That's the best place to live in. And it's strange, you know, because I lived in Canada for a year, and you see kids, how they grow up. And I had my 2 small kids. Are you filming it? Okay. I had my 2 small kids coming to Canada, and their first question when they landed was, who are the enemies here? And you wouldn't hear that from kids anywhere around, but from kids that live here, because though they don't really understand the situation yet, but they still feel it like they're under attack all the time. And that's a pity. I know that there's another unit in south of Israel that saved a girl with 60 or 70% burn, and then she came as a suicide bomber to explode in their outpatient clinics. So that happens too. So people don't know about this stuff, but
so you cared for her.
Not
personally,
I mean,
and then she came back as a suicide bomber to destroy the Israeli clinic that saved her life?
No words, no comments.
Here.
Earlier in this video, Dr. Hike spoke of a Palestinian burn victim that was saved by Israeli doctors. Pictured here is that woman, Wafa Albis. When she was released from prison in 2011, she goes on to tell children in Gaza to be just like her, a suicide bomber. The State of Israel shows kindness to the Palestinians and is paid back with rocket attacks and suicide bombers. Israel is the victim of Islamist aggression time and time again.